next one. Am I the a-hole for spoiling my best friend's proposal?
These are cut with a knife start outs here.
Yeah.
Spoiling my best friend's proposal. Look.
Purposely?
Look, my best friend passed away.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and I don't think she watched the channel, so you know what? Fuck her. Anyway, yeah, if there was one that I could have ruined, but I wouldn't have ever done that.
No. Not intentionally. That's why I'm saying maybe this was unintentionally. Let's see. So I, 27-year-old female, am getting married to my fiance, 27-year-old male, in a little under 3 weeks. Everything has been going amazing with the planning, and I'm ecstatic for the day. My best friend, Cassie, whom I've been friends with since we were 10 years old, is my maid of honor. She is truly one of the sweetest people I've ever met and has stuck with me through everything.
Okay.
She's been the biggest help in planning this whole ordeal, and I wouldn't trade her for the world. However, I've never been the biggest fan of her girlfriend, Sophie. I always show her respect and try to include her in on things, but she's a huge introvert, and sometimes it can come off as disrespect in return. Cassie's own words. Okay? So your best friend Cassie has a girlfriend named Sophie who's introverted, and this comes off as disrespectful for some reason. Okay.
Oh.
Immediately I'm kind of like, what? But okay. But they always seem to be very happy together. So I hope she warms up to me in time. They've only been together for a little over a year and a half. Several days ago, Sophie approached me, asking me if I'd be okay if she proposed during my reception. Your wedding reception? No.
Wait.
You never propose during somebody else's wedding. That's so... Ugh. No. Okay, but let's see
I think that's a little disrespectful.
But she asked... Sophie asked.
Okay, Sophie asked. What's the answer?
She claimed it would be a great way for Cassie and I to bond more, having our weddings linked and all of that. Not that we need any more time to bond, she's already my other half. I love Cassie to death, but I'd never allow that for anyone. I shut the idea down immediately. Good for you, as you should. That's your day.
And
that's not their day.
Yeah.
It's your day.
If you're cool with it?
If you're
exactly. Cool with it.
If you're cool
at
with
least
it.
she asked, I guess. I wouldn't ask, but
yeah.
Okay, she asked and she said, I shut it down.
And you said, no, that's not appropriate. It's my wedding. So, pick your own day. Yeah.
Go find someone else's wedding to propose at.
I shut the idea down immediately, and Sophie got all pissy with me and left. She said something along the lines of, I don't need your permission anyway. Oh. Oh. Like, oh, so you don't want to be invited to my wedding. Okay. Oh. Guess who's not coming to my wedding anymore? That's what I would say, but okay.
I don't need your permission.
And walked out the door.
I don't need your permission anyway. At your wedding.
At your wedding,
I can do it.
I don't need your permission.
I can do it anytime.
Wow.
Yeah.
This made me fearful that she'd attempt it anyway. So I went to Cassie. Oh, you went to Cassie.
I mean,
it's a sticky situation, right? Ugh. Because you're basically telling Cassie that Sophie's going to propose to her. So it's so it's kind of taking away the proposal.
Okay. See
what I mean? Like, okay. Needless to say, Cassie was mad. I never really see her get angry, but she was livid. I mean, to be fair, she has every right to be livid that her significant other would say something like that and would ask you to do that at your wedding. Like, what? She apologized profusely and said she couldn't believe Sophie would ever think of doing something like that, and that was the end of our conversation. However, 2 days ago, I got another call from Sophie berating me for spoiling her plan to propose, and was informed that Cassie would be attending the wedding by herself and is currently not speaking to her. Wow.
Wow.
Okay. I was concerned that wasn't the entire story, and so I called Cassie. She was a mess, said she was staying with her parents right now, and disinvited Sophie as her +1 because she was scared Sophie would have proposed anyway, given the chance, and she didn't want to ruin my wedding. I mean, to be fair, Cassie, I feel like there was other ways you could have handled that, to be honest, but I get it. I told her to come stay with me for a while instead, and she showed up several hours later, still a complete mess. She said that her and Sophie had a huge fight, and she was reconsidering whether or not she wanted to stay in this relationship. According to Cassie, these huge fights are a common occurrence. I feel awful for ruining her proposal and potentially ruining her relationship. Cassie has been picking herself up in front of me and continuing to be great with the last-minute to-dos, but I've caught her crying while I'm not around. I love her, and I don't want her to resent me for this, so I need to know, am I the a-hole, and is there anything I can do to fix this?
Well, I don't think you're the asshole in this situation because, number one, it's your wedding. Someone was going to do something that is forbidden in most logical people's eyes, right? With that being said, you're not the asshole. You didn't want your moment in time ruined and connected. That's your time, right?
Yeah, I feel like Sophie put you in such a precarious position. Because she wants to propose to your best friend who's the maid of honor. She wants to propose to her. I don't know what on earth made her think that it was okay to ask you to propose at your wedding reception. I get the whole it would make us all linked. Well, see, that just sounds like a cop-out to me. That just sounds like
I said, if you're cool with that. But she did ask.
No, from Sophie's standpoint, why was it so important that she proposed on that specific day?
She thought it was a neat idea.
Yeah, and maybe she's jealous of the friendship that you and Cassie have, and she feels like she wants to be included in on that friendship, and so this was a way for her to try and connect and to try and have something that bonded all of you together. I understand that. I understand wanting that from Sophie's standpoint, but it's your wedding. I get asking, saying, hey, I think this would be a great idea. But the second you said, no, that's my wedding, I don't think that would be appropriate, she should have just dropped it at that point. But instead, I feel like she definitely took offense to it.
How dare you?
You don't want me to be included in,
Lacey,
unlike your... I think
She slammed the door and walked out the door and said, I don't need your permission anyway. That kind of leaves it in that hands. Not to mention that there's a big falling out argument. And apparently in this argument, it got heated. Maybe, who knows? But whatever was said there probably infected the relationship even more. See, a lot of times you're going to find out a lot about a person in the argument that you have with them. How do you respond? How do you react? How do they react and respond? I mean, after being with Lacey for so many years, I just learned to say, yes, dear. And, I learned that from her grandpa.
My grandpa
Because
did.
her grandma can be, and if you're watching this, Caroline, I'm sorry, but you can be a little bit hard. Larry, I want the chairs down here. Yes, dear. Yells and gets them. And I was like, you're right. I said, that's all I had to say. I didn't have to argue. It buys me more time to get it done. Or, yeah.
Yeah, when something, pick your battles, right? But
I went really off the...
You did a little bit, but that's okay, because I'm going to circle back now.
Okay.
To...
How can I do...
Okay, so, OP, could you have handled that situation differently, better? Of course you could have. Maybe instead of immediately going to Cassie and ruining the proposal, which, to be fair, Sophie kind of did that to herself by saying the things she said. You could have probably called Sophie first and been like, hey, can we just have a talk? You probably could have tried to do that. But honestly, no.
I feel like that interaction kind of shut that door for that
did.
next interaction to happen, right?
It did, because she was speaking out of anger, but I feel like it's definitely a breakdown in communication. And if you did just all sit down together and just hashed it out, I'm sure things would be understood and be fine. But is it your fault that their relationship is ending? Absolutely not. Like, number one, who ends a relationship over something like this?
Yeah, you weren't.
No, like there's more deep-seated issues.
You weren't built on the bedrock that
like,
God gave you.
If let's say we're in this situation and you ask somebody, one of my BFFs, oh, can I propose at your wedding? The same situation. Would our relationship end because I was pissed off that you said something you shouldn't have said in the moment? No. We'd talk about it, and I'd be like, hey, we'd talk about it and we'd work it out. Like, there's definitely deep-seated issues here that go well beyond
something happened.
This situation.
Something even deeper. Hey, so what? It's a ruined proposal. It's not really a ruined proposal because it never happened, because it was supposed to happen at your event. So let's get it right. You're not the asshole here. She's the asshole for being so close-minded not to understand that and shut the door and say, that it's whatever she said.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I mean, who gives a crap about this crap?
She irrelevant. You know what? And your friend, if she's a true friend, she's going to be a friend. I've had a situation where, look, maybe I didn't like her, and maybe I knew she was wrong for him, but you know what? He loves her. I'm going to respect him. I'm going to treat, him right. I'll be pleasant around her, but I know I'm not welcome. So, yeah. I mean,
I know exactly what he's talking about, but yeah. But yes, we've decided.
They do too. They understand.
We have decided you are not the a-hole.
No, not even close.
Not even close. I mean, all of these so far.
How do you fix that? Be friends with, support, be there, be the same person you were. A little minor inflection like this should never, ever ruin your relationship and friendship. Ever.
No. These have all been not the a-holes so far. But then again, like, we're getting one side of the story. So we're only getting the OP's side, right? There's always three sides to a story. Your side, my side,
what really happened.
And the truth is always somewhere in the middle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
it's the basic truth of the human condition that everybody lies. The only variable is about what.
Take everything as it is, Well, we don't have a gavel to, like, you're not the asshole, but we have a bell from Raising Cane's.
Oh, it has hair on it.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, don't show the hair.
I'm not doing it on purpose. Anyway, we have a bell, so you are not the a-hole.
Yeah, definitely not the asshole. Yeah, I kind of enjoy these.
Given your thoughts and opinions on different stories.
Yeah, because like you can almost identify a little bit to an extent, or maybe not even close, but you can come up with a quarter.
A quarter?
Yeah, because some
maybe
things
a little bit. Yeah,
like
people sometimes handle things in situations where I would do totally different. So it's interesting to see how.
I think you're pretty good at this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what you guys think too.
Yeah.
Am I the a-hole for downplaying my income?
Oh, I don't know. Are you?
Really?
Mr. Pubes?
Really? Mr. Pubes?
Mr. Pubes.
Okay.
Inside story we will share.
Oh no, you guys need to hear Mr. Pube's story at some point.
Yeah, we'll share that with you.
We'll share that with you. Let us know in the comments if you want to hear the story about Mr. Pubes.
Yeah, and we'll include it sometime.
Anyway, so after 30 years of steady progress, I'm making pretty good money. That's an interesting way to start off your comment, but okay. Like, I recently readjusted my 401k, so I won't overpay into it this year, and the change in my take-home pay is more than my roommate pays in rent in my sort of low-end ugly house in a poor neighborhood.
Stop.
Hammer time.
Stop. Give me the bell. Give me the bell. You're the asshole.
I mean, you're not starting off good here, buddy. Like, nobody cares. No, first
I
off,
don't.
about
you,
any
you
like.
come off as a jerk.
But
I'm
listen,
just gonna.
listen.
No,
He's
no.
coming off as a jerk, but maybe he's just trying to explain the situation.
Okay, well, when he sees this, which he won't, but he might.
Steve wants you to
I
know
want
that
you to
at this
know
point in the
that
story,
if you
you're
come
an
up
asshole.
and you start talking to me, yeah, well,
my 401k,
my roommate-
I'm not doing. I'm
my roommate's over here
listen,
slumming
stop. Like, stop right
Yeah.
now. We don't care. Like, but yeah, okay. But maybe you're just giving us the information. Benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
Both of my roommates and several friends are constantly struggling. I try to help by drastically undercharging on rent. They probably pay half of what the going rate is for rooms in my city, and being the one who buys takeout on movie nights.
Well, it sounds like you're building yourself up, you know, as the
I
good
see what
friend
you mean.
now,
Okay,
but
you're definitely building
sounds like
yourself
you're still
up.
an
Okay,
asshole.
you're undercharging them for rent. You're charging them half of what you should be charging them, and you're also buying takeout on movie nights for them.
You know
so
what?
this is your way of like being a good friend. Okay, I like that you're being generous and helping your friends, but you are kind of coming off here as like very condescending. Like, oh, they're poor. They don't know how to manage their money. I'm so
Yeah.
smart and I do this and I do that. Like, so first impressions, coming off a little,
we've all had the, you know, the kind of better off friend, or, you know, the more well-off friend or whatnot. And yeah, sometimes, yeah, they do a little bit more because, you know, our dollar doesn't stretch as far as your dollar stretches, apparently. So, but I'm glad you're pointing out all the facts, buddy.
it's definitely pointing out all the facts.
Yeah, it's pointing a lot of facts out to me.
But they still struggle. I pretty much downplay my income and will downplay my available money by pointing out the college expenses I pay for my child and the cost of filling my old junker car with gas. So you're purposely making it a point to tell your roommates that you make less than you do. Oh, okay.
Dude, they know.
We already know that.
Dude.
They're not stupid, man.
Dude.
Why do you think they hang out with you? Like, because you're kind of a douche.
I'm okay. I was hanging with a friend recently and he asked what I make. I was honest. He called me a jerk and said I was being condescending to my friends by acting poor. I mean, you are being condescending. Like, let's be honest here. He was actively angry that I'm faking being poor.
Well, dude, I don't know if you read things real well. You know, like,
I think that might be an issue.
look, they know what you make. Okay, they know probably where you
Your
work.
roommates know where you work.
Yeah,
they know how much you make. Like they may not know exactly, right? But they know that you make more money than your roommates. Okay?
Yeah.
So like the fact that you're like the way that you're talking, you're pretending to be poor like them, but you're doing it for the wrong. You're doing it so that so that they don't ask you for more. Or
But you
so
buy
that they,
takeout. You don't charge them. You don't charge us. You know the rent. They know who's in charge, buddy.
They know, and you are being condescending.
You're
so,
lucky even
yeah.
having this friends that are running from you. They probably think it's miserable. Got to listen about my 401k and moving money here and there.
Meanwhile, I'm just trying to save up so I have a warm place to go to the bathroom when I'm old. Is there a reason that you said that way, or that you put that in here? Or okay, all right.
You know what?
Okay.
You know what?
You're trying to save up.
So you can have a nice
Okay.
retirement cushion.
All right.
You know.
Yeah, you're trying to save up for a house.
Good for you. You know, like your buddies. Yeah, they'll probably be
A
in the
warm-
gutters of Vegas. I mean,
a warm place to go to the bathroom when I'm old. Like what? Like okay.
I find that every night.
Do you not have a warm place to go to the bathroom now? Is your bathroom cold, sir? I don't. Okay, all right.
Wait. All of you! Daddy, chill. What the hell is even that?
We're moving on because that comment just
I finally get to roast someone for once.
Yeah, we finally get to
yeah,
roast people.
Okay, roast the rich.
They deserve it. I'm going to charge rent to live in my house. It seems wrong to have people live there rent-free. I was just way undercharged. I have no desire to get a fancy new car or show off with a nicer house. I do spend money on travel, but that's rare due to my job needing me. And no one sees how nice I travel. And no one sees how nice I travel. Okay. Am I the a-hole for acting poor? Yes, you are the a-hole for acting poor. You are the a-hole for your whole outlook on this. Your whole outlook on your friends. Oh, they're so poor and they can't manage their money and they're always struggling and maybe have a little bit of empathy for your friends.
That's your problem.
Have a little bit of empathy for people.
That's your problem.
Instead, you're like, oh, well, you guys need help, so I'll just charge you less and I'll cover meals every now and then. And you think that that's enough. You think that because you do that you have free range to treat your friends like crap. I don't know if you're treating them like crap.
But you know,
that might be going a little far.
It sounds like, you got all this going on and you're writing in and you're asking, are you the asshole? And I think what you want to do is boost your ego a little bit more. And not that your ego wasn't there, but you probably, I'm going to be really honest with you, probably have a way crappier life than what you're putting out there. Like, I don't think your friends are really your friends because they see through it. I mean, they're probably pretty heady and they probably understand exactly what's going on. Yeah, they're probably mad. They're probably a little jealous of you that you got it so good and you're such a douchebag.
He's such a douchebag.
But I mean, hey.
But a douchebag that doesn't need the fancy things.
Oh,
and
I
don't
like
what?
He does buy movie food, so keep him around because
It's very condescending to pretend like you don't make as much as you like. Number one, you're lying to your roommates I don't know if they're your roommates or your friends. I assume they're your friends because you live together. So I would imagine that you're somewhat close. Number one, you're lying to everybody around you. Why? Because you don't want them to think, you don't want your friends to be jealous of you? Like, no.
Dude, you can be you can have money and be humble. I've seen that.
Yeah, you can be humble.
I've seen that. I've had, money at times. I'm humble. I'm humble. I treat people the way you treat people the way you'd want to be treated, man.
This thread, it just comes off as somebody who's trying to act like they're humble, and really they're
such a good guy.
You feel like you're better than your friends because you have more money, and that's where your problem is.
Yeah,
that's where your
you're
problem
50
is.
shades of
Watch it.
wrong in all this because you had to point out the fact that you travel well,
Oh, but nobody sees that. Like, the fact that you have to point any of that out just shows where your head is.
Mm-hmm.
Your head is on money, it's on status, it's on all the things that it shouldn't be when you're talking about people that are supposed to be your friends. Why do you care what they make? Why do you care how much money they have? Who cares?
Yeah, I'm worried for you.
Focus on yourself.
I'm worried for you later in life, because all good things can end real quick. And even though you have this, there's things that happen in life, you better build real relationships and not these phony fake ones. That's my advice to you, buddy. Invest your time in building friendships for what they are, no matter what status you are. I can get along with a person up here. I can get along with a person on the streets. Mm-hmm. And she's seen it. I can communicate with them all, and I think you need to get real with yourself.
And understand that not everybody is going to be like you and make the same decisions you do. People are going to struggle in life. You're going to have friends that are different, making different amounts of money, doing different things, going through struggles, and it's how you react to those situations. You are doing some good things. You're trying to help your friends when they're in need.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're a total asshole.
So build the friendships, and you know, like look, help a buddy out. Yeah, if I had the ability
but don't
to
hold that over their heads.
Don't use that as
use that as some form of like retaliation in the future. Like, oh well, I have to help you because you like that's no.
You do things out of your heart,
yeah,
okay? And maybe I'm catching you wrong on some things, but how you put this out.
And this is your story.
Yeah.
So this is coming from your point of view. Your point of view.
I have to read it the way it's coming out. It doesn't look good.
Doesn't look good. Like I said.
I wish I could talk to you. I really do.
You are the a-hole in this situation.
Yes.
But I don't think you're a total a-hole.
Yeah.
I think that you just need to reframe the way you're thinking about things and the way you're taking on your relationships with people.
Yeah, I have to be harsh on you. I mean, I'm calling it the way it is. Listen to what I'm saying. Build friendships with, even if you have to drop whatever you have going on here, because I feel like you've ruined this group. Okay, you need to find
You've ruined it.
Yeah, you need to find a new group.
You need to find a new group.
You know
of
what?
friends.
I don't care if you make absorbent and you could live like a king. I'm happy the F for you. That's great. But you know what?
Good for you.
What are you doing in your life to make yourself, not so miserable? You need not to do this.
Don't do me like that, big bro.
Because most people don't like show-offs.
Oh, and I'd like to point out that all that stuff at the beginning where you're talking about like your 401k and like how well you've done it, like none of that matters to the story. So the fact that you put that in there is just you bragging. It's just you giving yourself an ego boost. Oh, look at all the good decisions I've made with my life and my choices. That's an ego boost. So let's be real.
And be happy that you've gotten to where you are. And the only thing I see in life that you need to do better is not be so much about yourself. Maybe, because in the end, you may have that warm toilet, but you're not going to have anyone wipe your ass if you can't reach it. So you might want to think about that.
Yeah. Belle.
You are the asshole, buddy.
You're the a-hole. Sorry, dude. All right, we will do one more. My family does a gift exchange drawing each year for Christmas. We all reach into a bowl and pull out a name on a slip of paper. I've done this. We've done this before. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of...
Yeah. You do that at work and stuff like, you do that at work, you do that at family gatherings.
I would say for Christmas, if you have like a really big family, it would make sense to do something
everybody
like
has a
that.
gift. I get it. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll do it, but
I don't really
not
like
happy
it
about
though. Yeah, but all right, that is the person for whom we are to buy a gift for the big Christmas get-together. I honestly hate this ritual as it is a bundle of stress to find something for someone you barely know. But we do it because the family always has.
Well, stop.
Hammer time.
So, okay. So you do this in this big bundle of stress, and you don't really know what to get for the person, so get to know the person. Ask family. What do you think Mary Lou wants? What is she like? Is she into Barbie? Is she into this? Is she into,
Isn't this your family? Like, how do you not know your own family? Like, okay, maybe it's extended family. Like I said, maybe it's a large.
Something. Yeah, it's not hard to figure out.
But you can figure it out. It shouldn't be that stressful. To be honest.
if you're
you're putting way too much stress on this Christmas thing.
So I may have already,
In 2019, I drew the 60-year-old husband of my great aunt.
Oh God.
Okay.
Now I know why you're stressed. Okay, you should have started there. Go ahead.
I knew he and my great aunt were very well off, and really neither wanted nor needed anything. I knew also that the budget we had for gifts of $50 max was not going to get him anything within his or her taste level, since he did...
Okay, been there.
All right, yeah,
okay,
sure.
Okay.
Since he did a lot of driving for his work, I found him a rather expensive set of tools to keep in his car trunk should he need them. He opened them during the party, seemed appreciative, and thanked me. Now, this past Christmas, I saw my gift was from my great aunt. When I opened it, I immediately recognized the tool set I had given him 3 years before.
Oh, no.
Oh, they
No.
forgot. Oh, no. Do you think that's what these, like, big families do? Like, they do, like, this big, like, this gift exchange, like this Santa thing or whatever, like,
And they just
exchange. And then they just keep the gifts that they get every year and then just re-gift them every year?
I don't know.
What? Oh, I'd be pretty pissed, to be honest.
Not a bad idea, but
I would only be pissed because it's literally the gift I got for you. Like, I wouldn't care, like, if somebody re-gifted.
Wait. What if the story goes that she got them? She's like, immediately recognized them. And then for the next Christmas, she draws them again and sends it back to him, or so, you know what I mean? Wouldn't that be great?
That would be great. Keep giving the same gift every year. Even the tape I had put on part of a torn label was still there. Wow. I paused, broke into a big smile, and excitedly exclaimed that this was incredible, as when I bought her husband a set 3 years ago. I had wanted to get a set for myself as well, but the store had told me the set was discontinued and no longer available. I gushed that she must have gone to a lot of trouble to find one just like the one I gave him 3 years ago. Yes, I mentioned giving him a set 3 years ago many times.
Stop.
I totally feel you on that, because
Stop. Why is she going over? I got you this, and it was discontinued, and going the, like...
She's being petty now. You're being a little petty now, going above and beyond.
You see what I'm saying?
And being like, oh, I got him a set just like this 3 years ago. Like, if you would have just, like, done it once, it would have been funny. But the fact that you keep doing it is like you're really trying to hammer it in, and it's like, we get it.
I like your persistence.
But I kind of like it, too, at the same time.
I kind of like that.
I kind of like it at the
petty.
same time. I kind of like the petty.
Yeah.
I then made a big show of running over, hugging her, and saying thank you. She and he just had odd smiles frozen on their faces. Well, yeah. Yeah, because they, number one, they obviously didn't remember who
I
gave
picture
them.
this.
They're boomers. Okay?
I can picture
They
this.
don't know where they got that set 3 years ago. They don't remember that shit.
Yeah,
They're
give them
not.
that. I haven't used that. I don't even know where I got it.
And you were even saying earlier how stressful it is to buy something for somebody you barely even know. So, like, let's cut them a little slack here. You know what I mean? See, my great aunt has a reputation, whispered behind her back, of being incredibly cheap and regifting most of what she receives. All of the relatives had just witnessed me make a big production out of this one instance. My mom later took me aside and chastised me for what I did, as my great aunt was visibly embarrassed and had left very soon after the gift exchange. I just looked at her and innocently asked what I did that was wrong by thanking her for a gift I really wanted. So was I out of line?
Come on.
Come on, man.
Were you an asshole? No. Could you have, like, just let it go? Yes.
Yeah,
you could have just let it go, because it's an old woman.
The problem happened, like Lacey said earlier. She said the one time, funny. Maybe even a little edge of a second dig. But when you kept on that,
when you made a huge production out of it, that's where you probably crossed the line. If you would have just, like, had one little, like, petty backhanded comment, I'd have been like, you're good. But you know what? I'm still not even that mad about what you did, because it's kind of funny. And, like, to be honest, they did re-gift it. And, like, they should have thought put a little bit of thought into your gift. You know what I mean? Just a little bit of thought into it. So I feel ya. You could have handled the situation differently. You could have just let it go. Yeah. But no, I don't think you're an asshole for what you did.
Yeah, you're just a little
Maybe
asshole.
a little bit of a drama queen, which I kind of like.
You're a little ass.
I'd probably laugh. I'd probably laugh.
I'll be honest with you. that might have been me. I mean, you know, like, I could see that. I could see me doing that. Like, oh shit, Christmas, you know, because you know me, I'm like, did everybody get everything? And Lacey says, oh yeah, we got everything taken care of. I'm like, cool. And like, if she would pop a name up, I'd be like, oh shit, I gotta go get some. Wait. I can dust that off right there. I got that a couple years ago. I've never used it, but I think they'd like it. I could see myself doing that. So you know what? You're a little ass for going that far, but I thought it was pretty cool that you
You're
did that.
definitely like a tiny, very tiny, not an asshole, but like a little bit of a butthead for taking it that far.
Yeah.
A little bit of a butthead for taking it
And
that far.
that's probably why
But
you got
then
pulled
again,
aside.
like auntie and hubby of auntie, they're a little bit of an a-hole too, because like if you would have just put 5 seconds of thought into the present that you're getting your niece for Christmas, like, you know,
I'm
like,
telling you.
so she was embarrassed. You're embarrassed of your own actions. You're embarrassed because they're calling you out for regifting all the time, and like, maybe do better, auntie.
I have
Do better.
regifted. I'd have to think about it, but I have done it.
I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with regifting, period.
But not
like
to
in
that
general.
person. It was like,
you definitely don't regift somebody back something that they gave you. And like, number one, like, I get it. Sometimes you're gonna get gifts that maybe you don't like very much, or that you don't need, you know?
you know what the worst
You can
is?
take it back. You can take it back and get the money for it. Or you can keep it and give it to somebody else that needs it.
Do you know what the worst is?
But
I got a great example, and I hope you don't hate me for this. But
Okay.
anyway, me and Lacey went to see her grandparents, and they had this cooler, and it was a little cooler, and you plugged it in, and it kept all your drinks cold while you're in the car, right? And I was like, oh my god! I was like, that is the coolest, you know, like
Steve
I
had to have
wish-
this little cooler.
I wish I had that. Guess what? I end up getting it, and I'm like, I can't. No, I don't want this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was just trying to be like, this is awesome. You know, like, happy for them. Because they were really happy about that.
Yeah, so
I'm going to get in a lot of trouble about this.
not with me, because I don't really care, but like, my grandpa had the little cooler.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah, I know
about.
what you're talking. It's like that you plug in and like you don't have to have ice in it. It's just like a little mini fridge basically, but
Yeah,
it's
like
a
an
cooler.
air conditioner or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah.
of course, Grandpa is showing it off, you know, like, oh, look at this, it's so neat.
But what
look
I
at this.
did
you know,
is I
typical Grandpa stuff.
I was like, wow.
And Steve being Steve is
I could
like,
take my lunch
oh my
to
God.
work. Because, you know, back, you know, like, they, you know, the older folks, they always took, you know, like lunch boxes. We ordered shit or have a cafeteria at most places. And so he was like, oh yeah. Like, I could, like, I thought he'd forget. Because I really overreacted
because
on
Steve overreacted and told my
I could
grandpa
take
how
my
much he
lunch.
loved that cooler. My grandpa ended up buying him that cooler as a gift one year. And
used
Steve,
it
like,
once.
Steve barely ever used that dang cooler. And I'm like, I thought you loved that cooler, Steve.
I feel so bad.
Yeah.
But
I
I
mean,
mean,
don't
no,
gifts-
I appreciate the fact that, like, you know, like, I
But
should.
that was a thoughtful ass gift, though.
Oh yeah.
Because he thought you really wanted
Oh
that.
yeah, I did.
He did. He kind of did. Maybe
I
in
was
the
just
moment.
happy for him.
Maybe in the moment where you were like, oh, you know, like
Yeah.
in that moment. But then upon later reflection, you were like,
And this,
Would I
okay,
ever
I have
really
to,
use
I have
that?
to reiterate this. This was just like at the starting levels of people using coolers like that. I'm talking, you could put a 6-pack in there, barely.
tiny one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, like, I think a 6-pack exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But yeah, so there's that story. But anyway, yeah, so.
I'm kind of an asshole.
I'm kind of an asshole too. But I want to know what your guys' thoughts and opinions are on this content. Did you like hearing our opinions on whether we think people are assholes or that came out weird.
Asshole.
Assholes or not. I can't talk sometimes. Sorry, you guys. Anyway, but yeah, let us know. Do you guys want to see more of this content? Am I the a-hole? Would you like to see other stuff like us reacting to like crazy TikToks, memes, other Reddit threads? Let us know in the comment section down below.
Or
if you guys
yeah.
have anything specific that you want us to react to, leave links down below or leave your comments down below. Come into our Discord over on our Patreon. You can get access to our Discord.
Yes.
If you join our Discord, you can leave links in there. We will see it there probably better, to be honest. So leave your links there. We'll have our mods vet everything, and then
they'll compile it and we'll react to it. So yeah, if I enjoyed it. I mean, I don't know if it's.
I like giving opinions. I like giving advice.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys are in a pickle and you want our advice on something, leave it down below in the comments, and we will.
Be anonymous.
And you can be anonymous if you want. Just let us know
that way, and
yeah, let us know. Leave your thoughts and opinions down below. Did you like this? Did you not? Make sure you subscribe, and we hope you guys all have an amazing and awesome day.
Hope amazing happens to you. Until next time, peace out.